I wanted to ask you a couple of things. So it's kind of a two-part question. Um, with with your journalism, I've noticed that it's very much opening up the lens so you can look from different perspectives, which is why I follow your work and appreciate it. So what brought you to work for Sputnik, and how has censorship affected you and your work, if at all? So what was your trajectory to be where you are now, actually?
I came to Sputnik about 2.5 years ago, and I was reporting on the coup d'etat in Bolivia, the US-backed coup d'etat that took place in November 2019. This was a bloody, horrific event that I had a colleague that called me one day because I'd been tweeting about this, putting it out on social media, trying to call attention to it because it was something that mainstream media was simply ignoring. They just didn't want to touch it when they did. It was full of just these weasel words, these kind of loaded terms, basically blaming Evo Morales for the coup, blaming his indigenous supporters for being massacred by these crazy evangelical, like Bible thumping white supremacists who were put into power at the behest, some would say, depending on who you ask. I'm not sure if we still have quite the smoking gun to be able to say that legally without getting, Gary Webbed or whatever. But you can certainly all the dots are there. If you care to connect them, that's on you. And actually, I should mention I'm working on a documentary that's coming out hopefully by the end of the year called Justicia, that deals with exactly this, deals with the search for justice in Bolivia by the victims of that coup. So I was down there reporting on that, working kind of freelance. I was putting some pieces out with the Gray Zone, and I got a call from a producer at Sputnik who was transferring over to a different position there and wanted to know if I'd be interested in taking over. And I said, absolutely. Because it's very hard to find steady paid salary journalism that's just in general, but especially that's not going to be, it's going to allow you to buck the status quo a little bit, to
freedom.
To say what you actually think.
Lee Camp and I talked about that at length, because I don't know if you noticed, but both our podcasts were pulled down on the same day, and they censored RT. So RT produced this podcast, Politics of Survival, originally, no longer, they're now censored here. And then, of course, RT in England, they pulled their license, which I think is highly illegal, but anyway.